What do you do all day? It is a simple question, but the ancient answer is surprisingly complicated. Work, commute, errands, screens, sleep. And somehow it never feels like enough, like something is always missing. Most of us feel like we never have enough time, like the modern world has stolen something from us, but we cannot quite name what. Like the day is always too short, and the list is always too long. We have more time-saving technology than any generation before us, and less free time. Now imagine ancient humans. No job, no commute, no phone, no inbox, no rent, no mortgage, no quarterly review, no password reset. What did they actually do with their time? The answer is going to make you feel something. A little envious maybe, a little sad, a little inspired. Because ancient human daily life looks a lot like the life we keep saying we want. Less work, more connection, more rest, more play.
A typical day for a hunter-gatherer probably started slowly. No alarm clock, no rush to get dressed and out the door. The body woke itself, as it was designed to do. The morning was not something to survive, it was something to ease into. You woke when the light came, or when the birds started. Your body knew when to wake because it was following the same rhythm it always had. The first thing was food, or at least finding it. A practical, physical, purposeful task directly connected to survival. Not a commute to an office, but a walk into the landscape. Fresh air, movement, purpose. Hunting and gathering was not a full-time job. Studies show it took 3 to 5 hours. Marshall Salins called hunter-gatherers the original affluent society, rich in time. 3 to 5 hours of actual work, to eat, to survive, done. Not 40 hours a week, not 60. 3 to 5 hours. And the food was found. The rest of the day was theirs. Not sold to an employer, not absorbed by a screen. Genuinely, completely free. Theirs. Not their employers, not their devices. Theirs.
So what did they do with all that time? The honest answer is things we have almost entirely forgotten how to do. They talked. A lot. Anthropologists studying the Kung San people of southern Africa found talking dominated the day. Anthropologists who have studied hunter-gatherer groups report that talking is by far the most common activity. More common than hunting, more common than making things. Just talking. Not working, not planning, just talking. No agenda, no meeting, no deliverable. Just human beings talking to human beings. Gossiping, storytelling, joking, arguing, planning. This rich social talk was not wasted time. It was how the group stayed together. They played. Adults played freely. Games, music, dancing, wrestling, without embarrassment, without a reason. Play was simply part of being alive. They groomed each other, sat together in the sun, rested. This is not laziness. This is what social primates do. It maintains bonds. They made things. Tools, decorations, clothing, slowly, without deadlines, without a boss checking in, without a performance metric, just skill expressed. They watched things, the sky, animals, children playing, quiet attention, without a screen, without a notification, just the world moving. They sat with the old and the young. They were not separated by age. Children learned from watching adults. Elders passed on knowledge simply by being present. And then there was sleep. Ancient humans slept more than we do, or differently. They likely slept in 2 phases, a first sleep, then a quiet waking, then a second sleep. The midnight waking was not insomnia, it was normal, a time for reflection, for conversation. Historian Roger Eckerch found evidence of this 2-sleep pattern across pre-industrial cultures worldwide. For tending the fire, for intimacy, for lying in the dark and thinking. They slept when it was dark and woke when it was light. Their sleep matched the sun. Every cell in the human body is calibrated to that cycle. We broke it with artificial light. No blue light, no screen, no artificial schedule pulling them away from natural sleep. Their sleep was long, deep, uninterrupted except for the natural midnight waking. But the real heartbeat of ancient daily life was the group. Ancient humans lived in bands of roughly 20 to 50 people, small enough to know everyone intimately, large enough to be safe. Everyone knew everyone. Everyone needed everyone. No strangers, no anonymous neighbors, no isolation in a crowd. The group was everything: your safety, your food, your medicine, your entertainment. The group was your doctor, your teacher, your entertainment, your safety net, and your meaning. Loneliness was not just unpleasant, it was dangerous. It could get you killed. So humans evolved to need connection the way they need food and water. Being part of the group, maintaining relationships, staying connected, this was not optional. Every conversation, every act of sharing, every moment of togetherness was survival behavior. And so the ancient day was structured around togetherness, not around tasks, not around output, around people, not productivity, not efficiency, connection. That is the most radical thing about the ancient day, and the most human. The ancient day was not optimized, it was lived.
And here is the twist. We call this the ancient human day, the primitive life, the life before civilization. But by almost every measure of human happiness and well-being, it scores remarkably well. But listen to what it contained. 3 to 5 hours of meaningful physical outdoor work. Done. And when it was done, it was done. No emails arriving after dark, no after-hours calls. Hours of free conversation and social connection. Not a quick text, not a like. Real conversation, face-to-face, for hours. Creative work at your own pace. No deadline, no performance review. You made something because it was satisfying to make it. That was the only reason needed. Play, rest, time with children and elders. The things modern people schedule as treats, they were just Tuesday. Deep natural sleep aligned with the sun, and when you woke, you were actually rested. Imagine that. That list is almost exactly what modern well-being research says we need to be happy. Every major study of human happiness points to the same things: meaningful work, social connection, creative expression, play, rest, sleep. The 6 things every happiness researcher agrees matter most. Ancient humans had all 6. Ancient humans had all of it. By accident, every day. We have the most advanced civilization in history, and we are still chasing what they had, every single day without trying, without optimizing, without a wellness app. Not as a wellness goal, not as a life hack, just as life. We are working very hard to get back to something they never had to think about. We pay for it, we schedule it, we call it self-care. They just called it Tuesday. They did not even have a word for wellness. They just had their life.
Subscribe. Every day we dig up one piece of the ancient human story.